Guys, it is July 4th. Happy July 4th to all of you guys. I hope all of you guys have a very, very good holiday today. I hope you guys have had a good weekend. I know I have. Just to let you guys know, the reason why you hadn't seen the podcast in about a week now, it has been a full week, is because of this here. My schedule at work has changed from 3 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. Sunday through Thursday to now a Monday through Friday type of thing where I go to work at 10 a.m. all the way to 8:30 p.m. Okay? I just want to let everybody out there know that. I thank all of you guys for tuning in right now. And guys, I figured I'll catch you when it's pretty early on July 4th weekend. I know a lot of you guys got a lot of things to do, so we'll try to make this very, very quick, simple, easy. Get on up out of here and go and finish barbecuing, get ready for the fireworks show later on and everything like that. So guys, how have you been? How have you been? I've been okay. Of course, you guys want to know about our recruiting right now. J Pops, what's going on with the recruiting, man? We aren't getting anybody at the moment. Well, guys, I just want to come on here and tell you guys to just be patient. Okay? Good things come to those who wait. It really, really does. I'm gonna say this once again. Good things come to those who wait. Alright? Prime example here. Prime example. I'm gonna give you a team that we don't like. And come to think about it, ironically, this team is kind of starting to turn into our rival. Alright, SEC West rival. Alabama Crimson Tide. What do those guys do every single year when it comes to recruiting? They sit and they patiently wait. When guys come on in. Now, I'm not going to say that we've reached the Alabama heights of recruiting just yet. But we've reached just a little bit of it. Alright, another team is Georgia, Ohio State, those guys like that. And Clemson. We've reached just a little bit of what they do in recruiting now. Alright, we sit back, we patiently wait. Why are we waiting this long in recruiting? And why hasn't anybody committed? First and foremost, so far as the offense is concerned. Alright, because Colton Thompson, in which is recruiting heavily for the Aggies right now. That's the only offensive guy that's committed to the team at the moment. Alright, so what's taking so long for anybody on the offensive side of the ball to commit? Because we have about 3 cornerbacks in this class already that's committed. And we're looking to add even more. I believe that the dominoes will fall when we have a specific quarterback commit and say, okay, it's over. I'm gone. Who's going to come to him? All right, so a guy that I want to say to really, really watch for, because he would not make a firm commitment until the end of this week. And to my knowledge, I believe we will flip him. I can honestly come on this podcast and tell you that I feel out of a confidence level, a 10 on 10. All right, I strongly feel a 10 on 10 right now to flip this young man. Austin Novosad. I believe that this will be the quarterback that will start eventually make the dominoes fall so far as Texas A&M is concerned. I believe that, I'm not going to say if, I believe that when he commits to Texas A&M, it will bring a lot of offensive linemen, because now they know who their quarterback is so far as that class is concerned, the class that they're committing in. He will bring a lot of wide receivers that will want to come play with him and everything. So, I'll say this about Austin Novosad, in which, as of right now, Austin Novosad is the 261st best player nationally, so far as 247 rankings are concerned. All right, he's the 261st best player. He went to the Elite 11s. I believe that after the summer rankings, when those come out, I do not know when they'll come out, because they do a refreshing every time. I believe that he will move up at least 70 to 100 spots. All right, so we're looking at 261 right now. When the refresher come out with the rankings, he should be the 161st best recruit in the nation. Okay, you see how that works? The reason why I say that is because I just finished looking at some tape on him. I want to see his highlights. Me, for one, I had been kind of pretty much pushed back, so I hadn't seen the highlight tape on him. I wanted to see what everybody was talking about, why Ohio State won them, and why Texas A&M won. The reason why Texas A&M took so long is because they felt like they had their quarterback, which was Eli Holstein, that ultimately decommitted, went to Alabama. All right, so I look at the tape. The reason why they want him so bad, and Dante Moore as well. So I'm gonna get into the Dante Moore in just a little bit, further down this podcast as we go. So the reason why they want Austin Novosad so much is because I looked at the young man. I look at him at making his case, but he loves standing in the pocket and delivering the ball. He by far has one of the best deep throws in this 2023 cycle. I can't say that. He loves to throw the ball deep. Very accurate with his deep throws. So you know that. Very accurate with his deep throws. And so far as these wide receivers are concerned, that's coming out of high school now, they love going deep. What has Jimbo Fisher been missing? For the quote-unquote guys out there that loves to say that Texas A&M needs this and needs that. What has he been missing the whole time? A deep threat, a wide receiver. I believe that, once again, A&M, which will most likely be at the end of this week sometime, I believe that you can see a lot of guys just start committing from out the blue. Now, Texas has been on the road, to say the least. But I'm not worried about anything that's going on here. No, I'm not. I'm honestly not worried at all. I told you guys this about a minute ago that I wasn't worried about anything. I know we're very slow at the recruit process right now, but we finally put ourselves into that position of where we can choose. And we can pretty much wait on some kids to get, and we pretty much keep like that, okay? You guys, please let me know if the network is kind of messing up, because I'm looking at the YouTube as we speak while I'm doing the live, and it's doing a whole lot of crazy stuff where it's like loading, reloading. Okay, so that there, it looks better now. So, but anywho, I believe that, like I say, man, once he makes his final commitment, I believe we'll be pretty good going forward. So who are the guys to look at so far in this recruiting cycle? So the guy that just committed to Texas, and I'm not going to lie to you, I'm so tired of seeing this, but I love seeing it at the same time. That doesn't make sense at all. But I'm going to tell you what I mean by it. It's a lot of guys that have Texas A&M either in their top 10 or top 6. Okay, so when they're making their commitment to ultimately another school, because they aren't picking Texas A&M right now, it's going to show that such and such chose such and such over Texas A&M, Alabama, and Georgia. Notice what I just said there. They're saying that Texas A&M is in a conversation for each top recruit. Well, I'm not going to say each, but for most of the top recruits now. Top 100 for sure. But they're putting it into a spot of saying, oh man, he must be good if Texas A&M is looking at him. He must be good if Alabama is looking at him, and Georgia and Ohio State and others. He must be really good. So it feels good to be in that conversation. Now this is where the bad part kicks in at. None of those guys have committed to us yet. All right, so the guy that just recently committed to Texas, Cedar Mitchell, I believe that's his name. I think I'm pronouncing the whole entire name right. I could be wrong, but the guy that just committed to Texas on yesterday, you got to understand what he ranks at amongst all the recruits. He was the 309th best player. He's outside of the top 300. So I know you guys see Texas on the recruiting trail. That's solely because of Arch Manning And it's because of another guy too, Jonte Cook, wide receiver Jonte Cook. Wide receiver Jonte Cook is the Bobby Taylor on the Texas side, just in a different year this year. Now, is that going to work on each and every recruit? I will say this: no, it's not. All right, because I have a couple of recruits that will not commit to Texas, and I know that for sure. I feel very confident on that. All right, Malik Muhammad is one of them. They're pushing very hard to get him. Jonte Cook is pushing very hard to get him. I think Jonte is from DeSoto. Malik is from the Dallas area. I believe those places are pretty much kind of close to one another. And they know each other from these camps and stuff like that, man. So, is it a 50-50 with Malik Muhammad right now? I won't say it's necessarily a 50-50, but it's for sure a 60-40 with Malik Muhammad at the moment. I still like where we stand at with Malik. He just left the visit that was on this past weekend. He came on Friday. I do not know how long he stayed, but he did come on Friday of June 29th. Okay, and that's the last time that I think the kids can come for that type of visit, because now we hit the recruiting dead period. So, if I'm not mistaken, he will be back for the pool party. But I really feel good about Malik Muhammad. When it's all said and done, somebody's going to slip out that 5-star ranking, and I believe Malik Muhammad will move up to a 5-star. Okay? Understand what I'm telling you? Malik Muhammad is that good. Now, does he have to go out there and prove it on the field this year, so far as the senior season is concerned? Yes. But I believe Malik Muhammad will move up. He will move up in the top 30, probably top 20, to be honest with you. And once he moves up to the top 20, it'll be a lot of people looking at him, all right? But he has his top 3 already. That could change. You never know. But as of right now, it's Texas, Alabama, Texas A&M. All right. Anthony Hill is another one. That's the linebacker in which we're really, really, really shooting for. That is our main target. Okay, that is our main target. We want Anthony Hill bad. That's Texas' main target as well. They want Anthony Hill bad. All right. So I still like where we stand there with Anthony Hill. Anthony Hill is very, very silent. I don't believe he'll make his commitment maybe into the Under Armour game, but he has come out with a post on social media saying top 2, and he's staying home. He's not leaving the state of Texas. Will that change over time? No, it won't. I firmly believe that he wants to stay at home, and he will pick between Texas and Texas A&M. Now notice what I said. And somebody came at me probably about a month ago saying that Baylor was the top team in Texas right now. Baylor recruiting is still not in the top 25, period. Now, I don't know why that is. Dave Aranda is a pretty good coach, especially on defense. But I haven't seen anybody put Baylor in that top 3, top 4, top 5. All right, and that's saying something. Is that saying that, well, Baylor probably won't never reach a national title? Maybe so. I don't know, but Baylor. Okay, now let's just put it like this. Baylor isn't up there with Texas and Texas. Although Texas has been bad, Baylor is not on the recruiting level with Texas and Texas A&M. And probably won't ever be on that recruiting level, man. That's not taking any shots to Baylor. I'm just telling you the full-blown God-honest truth right there. Texas Tech, they're not on that level either. I understand what Texas Tech was doing. I believe they were number 2 at some point early in the recruiting ranking, but now you're starting to see Texas Tech starting to fade away. I do believe that they'll sign the top 25 team. I believe Baylor will maybe sign the top 25 team. I'll put Baylor before Texas Tech any day. All right, so just know that. But as of right now, these are the 2 primary schools in the state of Texas still until this day. All right, so we're going to keep going here. So we had a lot of guys commit, in which one that really, really made me mad and kind of slightly pissed me off. But at the same time, I know that this recruitment process isn't done yet. It's Tony Mitchell. All right, they're not done with Tony Mitchell. Texas A&M wants that guy. They want him to be a part of this 2023 class. All right, I believe in this class alone, they're trying to take about 6 defensive backs, maybe even more. But they want about If they can't get 6, they want at least 5 in this class. All right, so be looking for Tony Mitchell. If we can get that guy to flip his commitment, Alabama's going to be pretty mad at him. The state of Alabama is going to be so mad. But I love that young man. I love what he can do. And I just believe that he will be a very good fit for this Texas A&M ball club. All right, so let's keep going here. So another name, and as of right now, just to let you guys know, Texas A&M sits at number 59 in the 2023 recruiting class right now. All right, 59. Will they stay at number 59? No. What do I expect Texas A&M to be when it's all said and done? Number 5. I expect them to be number 5 in the country when it's all said and done for 2023. I'm not expecting the number 1 recruiting class. This is what I'm not expecting. That could change over time. I'm sorry, man. That could honestly change over time. We could very well be looking at another number 1 class if these players choose to say, man, I'm going to go to Texas A&M. And we're talking about some high caliber players here. So what players am I talking about? Well, let's go ahead and get on into it. And these are primarily some of the same guys that I've told you about before. But we're going to go in depth on these guys, just in particular. So number 1 on the recruiting board is Anthony Hill. All right, that's the guy that we really, really want. I've told you about him. Depending on how Anthony Hill's senior season goes, I still expect him to be in that top 15 range. We could be looking at Anthony Hill climb up the chart to like a top player when it's all said and done at the end of the season. Okay, so as of right now, nothing has changed. Nothing has changed with Anthony Hill. It's still a crystal ball saying that they pretty much predict him to go to Texas A&M when it's all said and done. In my mind, I still predict Anthony Hill to go to Texas A&M. He will be at the pool party. Now, this is one of the guys that will be at the pool party for sure, okay? So, just know that. Another guy that will be at that pool party is Zakaria Branch. So just know that. That's the number 6 wide receiver. It hasn't been confirmed, but I do know that when it comes down to getting these guys to fully buy into that pool party, it primarily works 9 times out of 10 all the time. So I don't know how to pronounce his name correctly, so I'm gonna just say Zach Branch. If we can get Zach Branch to flip, then you're definitely looking at the top 5 class. All right, you're looking at the top 5 class for sure. Like I say, depending on if Zach flips or not, it solely depends on if these 2 quarterbacks decide to commit before one another. Dante Moore and Austin Novosad. Dante Moore, the jury is kind of still pretty much out on Dante Moore. As of right now, they have him crystal ball to Oregon. Will he go to Oregon? I could see that happening. Will he go to LSU? I really, truly don't see that happening. But he can end up in Michigan. I will honestly say that he can end up in Michigan with Jim Harbaugh. Okay? Especially if Michigan has a back-to-back season of 11 wins. He could very well end up at Michigan, man. He could end up there. He's not going to go to Ohio State. Ohio State needs to go ahead and dispose themselves from this conversation that he will not be at Ohio State people. But I can see him going to Michigan, Oregon, and it's another sneaky team to watch, Penn State. I can see him end up going to the Demon Lions. All right, so like I said, man, the jury's kind of still out on Dante Moore. I'm not going to put us out of his sweepstakes, but the guy that I feel very confident on as of right now is Austin Novosad. You guys have to jump on that train. Austin Novosad is very, very good. He's very underrated because of the simple fact of that he hasn't been to as many camps as everybody else, but he did just perform in the Elite 11s, and he looked darn good. Okay? So, continuously watch Austin Novosad. I will tell you this here. The number 1 recruit is in for a battle right now. So if we're looking at it like that, Arch Manning could very well move down to the number 2 recruit, or maybe even number 3. All right, Dante Moore could very well move up to number 1 when it's all said and done. And if he moves up to number 1, and A&M puts themselves in a pretty good position, if Austin Novosad doesn't commit to A&M, then you're looking at Texas A&M possibly sneaking in the number 1 recruit in 2023. And if that happens, that's going to bring a big wave to Zach Branch. That's almost like an instant flip to me. That's going to bring in guys like Ruben Owens. That's an instant flip to me as he's committed to Louisville. JVN Tavino, this guy is very underrated. I expect him to move into the top 20. He's already at 22, but I expect him to move into the top 20. He can play on both sides of the ball. That's what people don't explain about him. And Shelton Sampson, we very well sit in like a 2 for Shelton Sampson right now. As of right now, he's crystal ball to LSU. That prediction has been made way, way early. You can see Shelton Sampson moving into like top 25 recruit when it's all said and done. He's from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. A lot of those guys from Baton Rouge usually didn't leave like that. But you could be looking at a primary year in where Texas A&M goes in and ultimately steals the number 1 player in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I mean, and ultimately steal the number 1 player really, or the number 2 player in the state of Louisiana. All right, so just be on the lookout for that, as we could very well end up with wide receiver Shelton Sampson. I'm trying to get something going on Twitter that gets his attention. That young man is a really good deep threat. He's a big hands possession wide receiver. He's not very fast, or not at least from the tape that I've seen, but he's a very good route runner. He has for sure enough hands to make the catch. All right, he's a possession wide receiver. So just be looking for that. Like I say, man, we sit in a position to land a couple of these guys so far as offense is concerned. Hakeem Williams, we are still crystal ball to get him. Just don't know when he's going to make the decision. Like I said, I believe these guys are waiting on some type of quarterback to commit, and they want to see who's going to commit. If Austin Novosad commits at the end of this week or even in the middle of the week, it's going to be an instant commit to a couple of these guys. I believe Hakeem Williams may just be one of them. Okay, so you guys need to really, really watch for that. All right. I'm just saying, I'm just putting that out there for you guys. You guys need to really, really watch it. Another one is Cedric Baxter. I believe I've seen something on 247 to where the leak accidentally got put out. As of right now, he's crystal ball Texas. Okay, let's go ahead and get that on out of the way. He's a running back from Orlando, Florida. He's crystal ball to Texas. Something did get leaked, as his commitment won't come until like August 10th. They already had made a post and everything for him to commit to Longhorns. Will that commitment stick? And I'm saying commitment. I don't want to disrespect the young fella, but will that commitment stick? From what I'm hearing, Texas A&M sits in a pretty good spot to probably flip him if he's already committed over there, to maybe flip him over to Texas A&M. So just be looking for that. Peyton Bowen, he's a guy that's committed to Notre Dame. We could possibly be seeing a flip commitment here. All right, he's from Denton, Texas. He goes to Denton Geyer. I believe that's the same place where Eli Stowers has come from. If any of you guys want to know what's the update on Eli Stowers is still registered as an A&M quarterback. Will he ever get a chance to start? If he goes out there and he performs better than any of those guys out there, we're talking about like next year or two, he will inevitably, yes, he will be a starter. Okay, so you guys don't sleep on Eli Stowers, okay? But Peyton Bowen, we could be possibly looking at a flip from him. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna put it out there before it's already probably put, and I don't know this, and I don't have any information on this. You may just flip on the 4th of July. So you guys just watch for that, all right? So watch for that. we sit in a really good spot for Chase Bacentis. He's from New Jersey. Ironically, Texas is starting to recruit in New Jersey now. And we're talking about Texas Longhorns here. I've never ever seen them in the state of New Jersey, period, until they seen A&M go up there. And this isn't me being biased or anything. This is the God honest truth. Those guys weren't in New Jersey at all until Texas A&M went up there and started landing some of those elite guys that comes from the state of New Jersey. Now they want to go up there and they want to see what the fuss is about. This is recruiting. You go wherever the other premier program is going to at the moment. And we saw Alabama recruiting New Jersey. Everything. Only thing that was with us is that we never had any ties in New Jersey. Now we do because of Elijah Robinson. So we're going to continue to recruit that area as long as Elijah Robinson stays put in the Texas A&M shirt. Okay, so just believe that. So I believe we sit in a good spot for him as well. Just don't know when his recruitment might be. Dalton Brooks. This is another guy. I believe we sit in a good spot with him. He's crystal ball to go to Texas A&M. He's an athlete from Shiner, Texas. 4-star recruit, number 63. Understand what I'm telling you right here. It's a lot of top 100 recruits that we're waiting for. All right, we aren't talking about top 200, top 300. We're waiting on a lot of guys that's in the top 100. All right, and it's a lot of guys that are crystal ball to us that sits in the top 100 right now. All right, so just be on the lookout for that. Will Norman, as of right now, I believe Penn State of Florida might land him. I don't really feel all as comfortable about Will Norman, but we'll have to see when it comes to the party, okay? Keelan Jackson, I think we still sit very comfortable with that young man. We just have to see where it goes. This guy here, Darian Goulet, who's an edge rusher, he's crystal ball to Texas still. From what I've heard with the Texas Ag staff, they're saying that don't count him out. Don't count him out at all. Like I say, it still all depends on when we will get a quarterback to finally commit to the team to make all the dominoes follow behind himself. TJ Shanahan. I'm hoping that guy just surprises us today. If he can come out and just make a 4th of July commitment that's just straight shocking and surprising, I think that's when you'll see Austin Nova say, hey, man, you know what? Forget it. I'm about to go. I'm going. So, TJ Shanahan, we sit in a very, very favorable spot with him. He's from Austin, Texas. He's from Westlake. And I just like what we are with him. He's the offensive lineman, and we need a bunch of them. So I like what we are with him. I believe that he may just be on the watch list, man, to ultimately commit. Make a tease. I believe that he's committing today. I believe at a later time on today. I'm liking the talks. I just don't think he comes to Texas A&M. I believe he goes to Arkansas. All right, this is going to be a guy that goes to Arkansas. He's an athlete, 4-star recruit, national number 152. I just don't like where we stand at the moment, and I just honestly believe he goes to Arkansas. All right, he's not even much going to go to Oklahoma, and he's from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Caleb Jackson, the running back from Baton Rouge, Louisiana again. I like where we sit with them. As right now, they have the crystal ball to LSU, though. I like our chances, and this should be a guy that maybe commits later on in the season. Andy Jean, I'm hearing a lot of talks of don't count this guy out. He's from Miami, Florida. We've been recruiting Florida pretty good this year. Like, we're recruiting Florida very heavy this year. He's a top 300 commit, 298 to be exact, 4-star recruit. I think A&M has the lead, if I'm not mistaken, at the moment. And also an update with Austin Novosad. If he was to flip his commitment on today, this is from an Ohio State insider. They too believe that Texas A&M has the lead. All right, so just know that. This is another guy that you have to watch, wide receiver Jalen Howe. Once again, it all depends on if Austin Novosad commits or if Dante Moore commits. You will see Jalen Howell eventually get on board. Caleb Presley, I believe he makes his commitment on today or on the 6th. He's been crystal ball to Oregon. He's a cornerback, 4-star recruit, top 100, number 78 to be exact. I just don't see Texas A&M landing him at all. He has us in his top 6. See, this is the point I'm trying to make to you guys. Everybody has us in like their top 5, top 6, stuff like that, in which we know that we're not getting you guys, man. So when they come out with this type of stuff, now could a flip happen later on in the season? Yes, but as of right now, if you're not crystal ball to us, man, you're not going to pick us. So I'm just being solely honest with the audience, with the Aggies out there and stuff like that. That guy will most likely commit to work. Adam Hawkins, I feel comfortable with him right now on where we're at. We're just waiting on potentially a commitment with him. And it's just pretty much how the staff feels. Hey, can we really add him to the wide receiver room to do some damage? So I honestly think we can. I think the staff loves him. I think he loves the staff. And we'll just have to see where it goes. But he's a 4-star recruit from out of Thomasville, Georgia. 127 to be exact. Jordan Matthews, this is another one. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Baton Rouge got some kids out there. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. As of right now, he's crystal ball to Texas. I think Texas is the one that ultimately has a leg up on this one, so that'll most likely be a Texas commit. Tyler Williams, I believe he'll be committing on today. Maybe later on today, and we'll talk about all who'll be committing on today. So Tyler Williams, Lakeland, Florida. Georgia has the lead on him right now. I expect Georgia to maybe stay with him. All right, and ultimately land him, and that'll be that. Wide receiver, 4-star recruit, national 148. Miles McVay, offensive tackle. Now, he was crystal ball to Oregon as I had seen. We may be able to get this guy. He's offensive tackle, 4-star recruit, nationally 183. Like I said, it all depends on who the quarterback is going to be. So just be on the lookout for him as well. Like I said, man, it's a lot of guys in the top 100 we're waiting on. And we'll just have to see how it goes. So this is another guy, Anthony Evans. I like where we stand at with him. I believe Texas A&M is the front runner. He's from Converse, Texas. 4-star recruit, wide receiver, nationally 337. I like where we stand at with him. It's not too many other guys that we're just really after at the moment. Now this is another guy who we're after, and that's I think his name is Vernon Glover. Another guy too to be watching is Jaden Osbury. He's from Baton Rouge, Louisiana again. It's a lot of Baton Rouge, Louisiana guys that are going out. As of right now, he's crystal ball to Notre Dame. I believe Texas A&M can go in there because we are trying to sign a lot of linebackers in this class. From what I'm hearing, we are trying to sign quite a bit of linebackers. So he's a 4-star recruit, number 69 national. All right, and it's the last guy, Vernon Glover Jr., cornerback, Dickinson, Texas. I believe the guy that's really heavily recruiting him is Donovan Green. They're both from the same area, and I believe that he's going to really recruit him. All right, so just have to watch for it. Like I say, let me get to a couple of comments. I've seen a lot of you guys. 2022 class was so good. I feel it intimidates a lot of recruits. That's a good thing because any recruits to do that do signs, I mean, they have the mentality and willing to compete against the best. I'm excited. Yes, that will every bit of play a part in every recruit's mind as them just sitting there like, man, I don't know if I want to go and compete with all of those guys. But if you're a competitor, trust me, man, those guys will come, okay? So, back to this here. So, these are all the scheduled commits so far as today is concerned. Okay, so I seen Francis Mayola 5-star offensive tackle, number 9 player in the country nationally. He just committed to Miami. I just seen it. Also seen another one, Zachary Owens, offensive tackle, 4-star recruit, number 169 exactly. He just committed to the Clemson. So I was expecting Francis Viola to go to Alabama. I'm not gonna lie to you. He went to Miami. Miami right now is on they are on a tear in the recruiting cycle. Do I expect Miami to sign the top 10 class? Yes. Do I expect them to sign the top 5? No. They will sign the top 10 when it's all said and done. You're looking at Miami probably being, and that's crazy because I said this. You're looking at Miami probably being at number 8 or number 9 when it's all said and done under Mario Cristobal's first ever full year of recruiting. All right, so just expect that. They will keep going and they will load up on a lot of guys out there, man. They will load up on a lot of them, okay? So I like Miami on the recruiting trail. Ohio State is killing it. I see Ohio State and Notre Dame going at it with one another on who's going to stay at number 1, things of that nature. Texas will undoubtedly sign the top 3 class. I do not see them signing the number 1 class. I told you guys this a long time ago. And everything that I said is going to come true. I expect Ohio State to be number 1 in 2023 when it's all said and done. I do not expect Alabama to be number 1. I expect Ohio State to be number 1. Notre Dame and Alabama is a toss-up for number 2. I expect Texas to be number 3. If they don't be number 3, they're going to be in the top 5. I expect Clemson to be number 4. Texas to maybe be number 5, and then Texas A&M to be like number 6. It all depends on who we sign. All right. If we can get some guys in which I know they're most likely going to flip, you're looking at Texas A&M signing like a top 4 class. It's all said and done all over again. So you guys need to really, really look out there. All right, so who else is going to commit in here? That's a known name. Christian Gray, who's a cornerback. He's not on our recruiting board, but that'll probably be a guy as of right now. He's crystal ball in Notre Dame. They have that as a very high pick. So you're looking at Notre Dame, like I say, at least he can sign the number 1, number 2 class when it's all said and done, which will. I've never ever seen that happen. Brian Kelly had been up 12 years, never signed number 1, number 2, number 3, none of that. That's safe to say that Brian Kelly, I'm not going to say he didn't care about recruiting, he just didn't do it as much as Marcus Freeman was doing it. Expect for Notre Dame to be a very good ball club. They're always overrated. I know this. They're going to be very good under Marcus Freeman. We have to see him in the full season. But he's going to recruit at a high level. All right, so we expect that to be a blue blood competition. Another thing is just expect Ohio State to recruit at a high level too. You know, so I know they're not going to sign Austin Novosad when they already have a quarterback committed. Ohio State is playing the game of I know everybody ain't going to stick, you're going to transfer and stuff like that. So we need a quarterback every cycle. All right, so just know that. So once again. Keep your eye on a lot of things. So now we transfer over to the big news, the big shockwave. The Big 10. The Big 10 is adding UCLA and USC. So what's going to happen here? A lot of people are saying that, oh, okay, well, we know the SEC going to make another move. No, they're not. SEC is going to stay put. They're not going to sign any more teams. Texas and Oklahoma just about did it. There's really no use for any other teams. I hear a lot of people saying that if SEC does sign anybody, it'll be Clemson and Miami. For what? For what? I'm just going to make that known right now. For what? The Miami fan base doesn't even much show up and sell out games. Why would they? So why would the SEC sign Miami? Because of what? Miami ain't doing anything. They aren't a brand that's a big money brand. They're not. The thing about Miami is that Miami is a private university. Now, if they were a public university, whole different story. Private, public, it's two different things. I think that is what's been hindering Miami for a long time. It's their privacy, and they just don't have a lot of boosters. They don't have a lot of boosters, man. If they get added to the SEC, you already thought Miami was mediocre to begin with. Miami will be very mediocre if they get added to the SEC. Clemson, you will not see Clemson in college football playoffs like that. That's how you've been doing. Will I recruit better? Probably so. But it's no use. It's taking all the fun out of college football. You know? And it's just making it a big market deal. But anywho, USC and UCLA, to my mind, it don't make sense. You talking about USC going up there to play Iowa in November and December. Do you know how funny that's going to look? But at the same time, I say that, and Colorado was in the Pac-12. Those guys go to Colorado all the time. Now, I'm pretty sure it's very, very hard to play up there in Colorado in full snow. But so I don't think it's a difference. It's just a difference now in which all of the Big Ten schools, they're known for playing in cold weather. Very cold weather at a certain time of the year. Ohio State and Michigan will forever be one of the coldest games there is. Alright, so I mean, man, to say that it doesn't make a fit, it does. It makes sense. But I'm just looking at the miles. Like that's a huge stretch from Southern California to Penn State, Southern California to Ohio State, Southern California to Michigan, Southern California, like I say, to Iowa. That's gonna look very odd to me. And to see Iowa in Southern California, man, those guys don't play there. You know, they barely make it to the Rose Bowl out there. But to see all those guys play Michigan State, Wisconsin, excuse me, that's just going to look very funny. UCLA, I think UCLA just got put on there just because of USC. All right, understand the quote unquote UCLA. Now they are blue blood in baseball. They are truly blue blood in baseball. And they're pretty good in basketball. I feel like they're overrated in basketball. I do feel that way. But you know, I guess it's just the football side of things in which I'm looking at. Man, it doesn't make sense to me. It does not. It does not, man. Now I love the UCLA uniforms. I really do. I love that shade of blue and gold. But man, let's be honest. UCLA hadn't done anything for like the last 15 years. They aren't nobody. They I mean, you guys love to say A&M ain't done this, done that. UCLA hadn't done that neither. You know, they hadn't been good since, hell, I'm trying to think of a time when the college football was played on the game system. That's the only time. I mean, so other than that, no, man, I just truly don't see the fit there. But it should be some interesting things. I will watch those games. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm not. I am going to watch those games, and I guess, man, it is what it is. So, Oklahoma and Texas come to the SEC in 2024 or 2025. I believe somebody will buy their contract in 2024. That's just that. So those guys will be ultimately added in the year 2024. I am expecting it. 2025 for the latest. But in 2024, USC and UCLA will be going to the Big Ten. That really isn't that long from now. We will honestly see what's going to happen there. All right. So that's my take on that. Shout out to Kangaroo Black. I was watching this podcast, and everybody had something to say about the guy that came out and said something on the recruiting video. Let me make my presence be known. You aren't going to end up in anything. Texas A&M is in trouble. It's a lot that got taken out of context in that and everything. I'm not going to explain that because whatever I say, man, you guys ain't going to believe me anyways. You guys know that. So it is what it is. Also, Kangaroo Black trying to get me to be an Alabama fan. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, but I'm all Texas. I'm loyal to the soil. That's just what it is. I'm an Aggie for life. That's not going to change. Trust me, we will get our national title, which we've been looking for 83 years now. It's been a very long time, but we will ultimately break that drought. All right, and when we break that drought, the monster is now It's going to be a long time before it gets put back to sleep. I'm telling you that. So we'll ultimately get it. It's just we have to be more patient than what we ever wanted to be. All right, so it is what it is on that. But other than that, guys, that's about it. Please enjoy your 4th of July. It's getting around to about 3 o'clock. So, hey, man, enjoy your 4th. I will be getting out of here at around 5. I have to go and pick up the groceries that I ordered from the store. And that's about it. All right, so I love all of you. Please continue to tune in all the time. Like I say, I will come up with a new schedule. It won't be an everyday thing like it was. It will be like an every other day type of schedule. All right, but I love all of you. #GeekMax.